Who should get to the front?
Who should get to the front? You two?
He's homeless. And he don't know his right.
I'm ready to eat pizza. I'm hungry. You hungry, right? So please, can your friends get it right? You want some pizza?
Yeah, I want some pizza.
Thank you.
Some watermelon.
Why do you want no pizza? Go get them.
Show me your right.
Don't get none.
Show me your right. Where you right?
You know your right is down, right?
Like
They're here to teach you.
So what happened the second time?
All right?
Are they going the wrong way?
Yes, man, you know your right here?
Why you right? I ain't gonna be sleeping in the chamber.
You okay?
Sure.
Sure.
That's why you carry me. Hold it up.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you sure? Yes, you need. That's all I want to know. You okay? All right.
Hey,
Everybody ready?
you remember that name?
Let's try it again.
You still there,
All
remember?
right?
The sun.
Everyone here, show me your right hand.
That's the problem right there.
Hell lies the problem. What hand is this?
It's left. So.
Don't look at it. I've been there all your life. So when he says turn to your right, you ought to turn that way.
Sir.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Hands down.
And everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Listen, you got to focus on the pizza now.
I'm hungry.
I need a break. When I say turn to the right, everybody put their right arm up. Turn to the right. There we go. I want you to follow me. Go.
It's too late for excuse. What you gonna do?
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, mental health, one of the topic subjects of the Office of the Prime Minister's press briefing today. We have the details. Plus, February 24th, dubbed 242 Day by the nation's leader. And a man charged with unlawful sexual intercourse had his day in court. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Romiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Ministry of Health and Wellness is expanding its mental health program. This, according to Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, who revealed during the OPM's weekly press briefing that the mounting concerns of residents struggling with mental illness is at the forefront of the minister's mind. Simone Davis has the details in this report.
Amid ongoing social conversations about mental health and Bahamians who suffer from mental illness, Dr. Michael Darville, Minister of Health and Wellness, has decided to extend mental health programs within his ministry. According to Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, this move is in an effort to help as many Bahamians as possible.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is expanding its mental health program, and unfortunately because of the demand and the need in the country. And so Minister Michael Darville is going to be announcing soon a new program in mental health wellness and a campaign as well, so that people can know where they can reach out to and who they can reach out to get help.
Now, the ZNS Network just recently produced a documentary on suicide and mental health. And according to global statistics, the number of people seeking help for mental illness is rapidly increasing. When asked if the government has any statistics on the number of persons in the country struggling with mental health issues, Watson said,
I'm familiar with it during a census, and I'm thinking you mean in regards to mental health, how many people in our country may have issues. What they've been trying to do is, as people come in, document it. As people go from medical health checkups or other things, to try and be able to understand where people are in that regard. And hopefully back it up with the numbers. You're very right. The challenge we've had in the years past is data. We don't know. We don't know. And being able to understand how much this impacts our society is very important. It's a part of Ministry of Health and Wellness, their program to try and get an understanding of how many Bahamians are dealing with it.
Watson says that helping Bahamians with any kind of mental disorder is high on the government's agenda, even more so after the COVID-19 pandemic.
The reality is people struggle, and so there has to be robust programs to remove stigma from it, and that's something the Ministry of Health is working particularly on, especially coming out of the pandemic, where we recognize that there has been increased cases and concerns because of what people went through mentally in the pandemic. So that's coming on soon, and we're going to continue to keep the pressure on because we have to address it. But it could be anybody. We're all one step away, perhaps, from being in a place of vulnerability. So it's important that we address this issue.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Simone Davis.
It is an all too familiar problem, the proliferation of vagrants around the island. Tonight, a local businesswoman is calling on the powers that be to address the issue as it is becoming an eyesore. Aja Quant has the story.
They confuse both residents and visitors that the country is not progressing.
It could be any one of us.
Is there an uptick in vagrants on the island lately? Well, local business owner Angela Roll says the problem is only getting worse. She describes the situation as extremely disheartening and says that something needs to be done immediately. Taking to social media early Monday morning, Angela Roll describes her drive through the Freeport city as dispirited. She says she witnessed at least 6 vagrants walking the streets and posed the question, what is going on in my Bahama land? Now Roll is calling on the powers that be to do something about this issue.
They're everywhere, and some of them, they're very aggressive. When they ask for monies and you tend not to give it to them, they want to cuss you out. In Jamaica, they have Bellevue. We probably need to have a place with them like Sandals where we have to house them.
The business owner says she thought the vagrant problem was settling down, but she now understands that is not the case. Roll adds that the community is affected by this and may confuse both residents and visitors that the country is not progressing.
It could be any one of us. It could be any one of our family members. And they are a reflection of us because they are Bahamians, and any visitor come to the island and they see this, they're going to see the country is popped down, poor. It starts with every little thing, the pot cakes on the road, the vagrants, it's an eyesore. You know, you don't want to come out your yard and you driving on the streets and that's what you're seeing. It's just not right. It looks bad.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force currently has an operation called Downtown Turnaround that is spearheaded by Officer in Charge of Central Division, Superintendent Eduardo Dames, aimed at ridding the downtown area of vagrants. According to Press Liaison Officer Assistant Superintendent Stephen Roll, 6 vagrants have been arrested for the year, compared to 12 arrested for the entire year of 2022.
You can see that the police are in the downtown area on a regular basis. They're moving about, and they want to assure the public that they're doing their best to keep these vagrants off the streets. But we understand that there are persons who are homeless or just mental, but when they become a nuisance to the public, then it turns to sleep a different way. So the police have to act, and once the public start to complain, you have to take the necessary course.
ASP Roll also advising the public that if you see a vagrant, to report it immediately. He's also encouraging family members with relatives on the street to work along with police officials to rectify this issue. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Aja Quant.
Well, as the 50th anniversary of independence approaches, the nation's chief, the Honorable Philip Davis, has proclaimed that Friday, February 24th, 2023 will be known as 242 Day, as he urges all Bahamians to wear the colors of the nation's flag with pride. In the proclamation statement, the Prime Minister notes that the journey towards independence was punctuated by several significant and historical events prior to the attainment of independence, including the Burma Road riot, the General Strike, Black Tuesday, the women's suffrage movement, and majority rule. And the Commonwealth of the Bahamas will observe its 50th anniversary of independence on the 10th of July, 2023, with events locally and internationally leading up to the Bahamas Golden Jubilee. The statement continues that the overarching responsibilities of the National Independence Secretariat is to inspire, inculcate the spirit of patriotism and civic values throughout the Bahamas, while encouraging Bahamians to use their their creativity, ingenuity in promoting Bahamian pride. Now, residents are once again urged to wear the colors of the Bahamian print and enjoy delicious Bahamian dishes, enjoy Bahamian arts, music, entertainment all day long, and don't forget to hashtag 242 all day and celebrate the Bahamas. In other news, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual general meeting and election of officers and directors for 2023-2024 on Wednesday. President James Carey will continue serving in that capacity for another term. Ralph Hepburn will serve as first vice president, and Glennett Fowler will serve as second vice president. Carmel Parker-Dean will serve as treasurer, and Patra Aubrey is secretary. President Carey taking the time to review the chamber's successful performance within the last year.
As president, there is no transition period. I am just continuing. And therefore, immediately after the election, my new board and I delved into what course of action we envisaged for the year 22-23. We invested time in meetings to reevaluate the relevance of the chamber as we understood it to be, and devised a strategy to articulate our position moving forward, to be inclusive of the entire business community. We committed to work closely with government and its agencies, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and all those who share in the vision for the advancement of business, the improvement of the economy, and thereby our community.
Carey also outlining the chamber's goal for this new year.
To this end, we resolved to prioritize the needs of small businesses, including mentorship, consultations through the help desk and seminars, networking opportunities through socials and business meetings, participation in business expositions whenever practicable, engage businesses outside the Freeport area, deepen the relationship with business partners, and identify working committees and chairpersons to advance overall objectives.
In news from the crime beat, a 49-year-old Abaco man is behind bars after being charged with having unlawful sexual intercourse with an adolescent. Ivan Curry of Central Pines was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Correction on Wednesday after appearing in the magistrate's court in Abaco. Police say it is suspected that shortly before 8 a.m. on February 12, Curry engaged in unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl. He was not required to enter a plea for the charge and is set to return to court on May 26 for service of a voluntary bill of indictment. And when we come back, a pint of blood. The Grand Bahama Health Service is hosting a blood drive today. We'll tell you all about that. Stay tuned.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. Ice the coconut got this. Cocoa skin driven madness. Juiciness, ice the back. This sweet like sugar in a dripping like ice, honey. Addict, all the men love me. Sweet like sugar in a
beers with a kick of rum. Make it platinum. Gospel recording artist Simeon Alton present a celebration of gospel music featuring live the Cooling Water. The Robbery Brothers out of Nassau. It's gonna rain. Why don't you come on and lay out now? It's gonna Reverend Rudy Robert. Jay Mitchell, Wilfred Solomon, Simeon Alton, and the New Life Band. Oh, yeah. Bishop Washington Williams and the Nation Singing Bishop, Prophet Lawrence Rowe. Like a river, and did my way. It's a celebration of gospel music. Sunday, February 26th at 6 p.m. on the Independence Bar. Come and enjoy some of the finest in gospel music. Admission is free. Bring the entire family. Sponsored by the Ministry for Grand Bahama and Alive.
Come and see the cabinets and countertops in stock now at Specialty Kitchen and Bath, number 16 Oak Street, phone 688-9661.
List your home in Grand Bahama with H.G. Christie. Visit their new office in the Port Lucaya Marketplace. H.G. Christie, celebrating over 100 years of service.
It's that time again. Buy your tickets now for Mr. Lucky's Big Raffle and win. Win one of 2 cars, a brand new 2023 Toyota, large cash prizes, a brand new PS5, and more. Enter today by going into your local Chances store and either depositing $20 or more onto your account or buying $20 or more lotto ticket. Tickets available until March 1st. Winners announced March 4th. So hurry into your local Chances store today. You gotta be in it to win it. Winners take chances. Chances remind you to game responsibly.
My name is Nicole Johnson. I am the CEO of Le Pavilion Interment and Mausoleum. We provide pre-niche services. We provide burial plots. We provide niche wall services, chauffeured vehicles, hearse and regular chauffeured services, as well as headstone creations. What I want to emphasize, though, the pre-need, that is, you're paying for your plot before you pass. For Bahamians, that's really something that they don't want to talk about. But we should talk about death. That's inevitable. If you prepare, you wouldn't have that rush and that frustration that's left on your family to be able to, or have to find funds to be able to bury you. We're located at number 6 Fairfield, East Settlers Way, between the fire station and St. John's Church. You could contact us at 821-5746 or 813-1196. We are also on Instagram, le-pavilion242. We have a web page, www.le-pavilion.com. And we also have, we are on Facebook, Le Pavilion.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Obstetrics and Gynecology Department of the Rand Memorial Hospital collaborating with a number of stakeholders and partners to host a blood drive this coming weekend. Medical officials note that for years they have struggled to keep the blood bank replenished regularly and send out a clarion call for the public to support this worthy cause. Here's Raven Davis.
With the dire need for blood donations to maintain an adequate level of blood supply at the Rand Memorial Hospital at the forefront of public consciousness, the Obstetrics and Gynecology Department of the hospital is taking their plea one step further with a Pint of Love blood drive. The initiative is the brainchild of Junior Dr. Gregory Cooper, who expresses gratitude for the support of the various stakeholders and sponsors, including COLA Partnership Development, the Public Hospitals Authority, Blood Donors Society of Grand Bahama, the Rotary and Rotaract clubs. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, is saying it is a joy to see persons joining forces for a worthy cause.
Please come out and give your support for the blood drive this Saturday. Blood is the most precious gift that anyone can give to another person. The data from the World Health Organization reveals that every 2 seconds of every day, someone needs blood.
Being a junior doctor, I've had so many patients come in and they're all in need of blood. And so that's what really made me do this.
And as obstetricians and gynecologists, we are very often faced with ladies that need blood, and we are often faced with situations where that is not feasible. So we would like it to become a situation where that no lady ever has to go without something that they need.
In recent times, a proliferation of flyers requesting blood for patients have been widely shared on various social media platforms, indicative of the critical need that exists. The shelf life for blood is about 30 to 42 days, and medical officials are seeking to have the bank replenished regularly, not just when the need is urgent.
You can donate every 3 months. So let it be a regular thing so that there's always a supply of blood in our blood bank.
We want you to know it's fun. It's not a scary process. We make it very, very simple for you.
If you give money, it buys food. If you give blood, it buys life.
Representatives from the Rotary and Rotaract clubs encouraging the public to turn up in large numbers for the initiative.
Rotaract, who is a partner of Rotary, provides this same opportunity to young adults. And so we want to encourage all the young people on the island to come on out.
So from ages 16 and up, we need you to come out. When you do come out, please bring a parent because they will have to sign a consent form for you to give blood. And, you know, we need that young blood.
Now, the event is slated for Saturday, February 25th at the Rand Memorial Hospital between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. Well, a grand gospel concert slated for this coming Sunday at the Independence Park. Organizer and facilitator Pastor Simeon Outen of New Life Worship Center says that the concert will begin at 6 p.m. and is free of charge. He notes that those coming out can expect a time of revival and inspiration.
No, we have the Ramming Brothers out of Nassau, Prophet Lawrence Roll. Jack Thompson and Vaughn Miller out of Nassau are going to host this event. We have the Cooling Waters here. We have Reverend Rudy Roberts. We have Jay Mitchell. We have Wilfred Solomon. And we also have Bishop Washington Williams, along with myself, who will provide the music on Sunday.
Now, while the concert is free, Pastor Outen is asking the public to bring canned goods or grocery items to donate to 3 churches as a part of the charitable event.
But I want to thank him that his vision is to help. And I'm so grateful that he chose Reach Out Youth Organization. We've been feeding over 20,000 families since the pandemic, Hurricane Dorian. Every week we feed about 60 to 70 families. My pantry is a bit low right now. So we asking the wider community of Grand Bahama from East End to West End, church groups, youth organizations, companies, to bring some grocery items out on Sunday.
Folks will never believe the amount of people who pass by the church daily looking for help. And that is what our mission is about. We are to rescue the perishing and to care for the dying and to snatch them from pity, from sin and the grave. And we so to comfort those that are in mourning. And so these items will go a long way in helping those that are desperately in need.
Now, donated items will be distributed between 3 recipients: Reach Out Youth Organization, New Canaan Baptist Church, and the Whole Man Christian Center. Shane Stubbs is up next with your Thursday evening check on sports.
Gentlemen, I'm Shane Stubbs and welcome to sports once again. We've got some highlights for you from the Hoyts Geneva Rutherford Girls Basketball Tournament, as well as some highlights from the Hugh Campbell Tournament over in New Providence. But first, let's get into some volleyball.
The GB Volleyball Association's cycle of tryouts are winding down.
This weekend on Saturday will be in 8 Mile Rock High School Gym. It will be split in half between the tryouts for West Grand Bahama as well as a little smaller junior development going there. Then next week we will pretty much finalize everything at the YMCA from 2 to 6. Both will be from 2 to 6. And we look forward to seeing people come out there showing support.
The association also recently held the beach volleyball tryouts and hope to attract more suitors for the roster.
For the beach, it looks pretty good as well, but we do have an issue with fielding women.
because, we haven't had a league since 2018. For the men, it looks pretty good, but we will have an issue fielding experienced beach players, because, of course, with beach, it's 2 individuals and not a team of 6.
Nonetheless, the association is excited about the buzz around the sport on the island. Next in sports, the Geneva Rutherford girls basketball tournament is in full swing at the St. George's Gymnasium. The visiting St. John's Lady Giants took care of business against the 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays, winning that one 27-7.
Defensively, I think we look good in a half-court setting. I think we could extend the defense full court and see where we go from there.
Next, it was a close battle between the Global Prep Spartans and the BMES Warriors, with the Spartans prevailing 23-11.
We did well for our first official game. A lot of things we could work on and sharpen up on, but very proud of them.
The action continues until February 25th, when the championships will be played. And lastly, in sports, an update on the Grand Bahama schools competing on day 3 of the Hugh Campbell basketball tournament. The Study Hall Knights defeated the SC Boodle Dolphins out of Abaco 65-32. The 8 Mile Rock Blue Jays then went on to ground the Agape Eagles, also out of Abaco, 50-35. The BMES Warriors would fall to the Gateway Eagles, though, 49-31. The Tabernacle Falcons routed the Aki Pran Scarab Beetles 58-32. The St. George's Jaguars defeated the Temple Christian Sons 50-34. The defending Hugh Campbell champion Sunland Stingers defeated the Louise McDonald Marlins 52-35. And the John Prince William Falcons defeated the Jack Cable Wildcats 54-42.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we have for you in sports this evening. My name is Shane Stubbs. Be safe and be great.
Pizza Hut Freeport has a super delicious super deal. Now you can order 2 medium one-topping pizzas for just $19.10, VAT inclusive. Choose your pairs with any one topping and crust, pan or thin, and satisfy everyone. Excite your taste buds with Pizza Hut's 2 medium pizzas super deal. And save. Available for carry-out, curbside, pickup, and delivery at Pizza Hut Downtown, 352-9191.
New year, new look. No, not you, but your home.
Decorative pillows in all colors, textures, and sizes. And if you want to make a statement, pick from over 20 different styles of our 5x8 area rugs. Get cozy in our lightweight comforters. And if you want to switch it up, we have duvet covers in a variety of colors. Decorative pillows from $23.99. Area rugs from $149. Comforters, $29.99. Duvets from $34.99. It's all here at Island Bedding.
Grand Bahama Stepping Out is now online. Visit their website. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Find them in Nassau at the top of the hill, Mackey Street. Call 394-7100 or WhatsApp 727-9098. Stepping out.
Athletes across the northern Bahamas inspire us with their performances on and off the field.
ZNS is proud to honor these competitors with our Athlete of the Month award. We will select an athlete whose story and accomplishments represents the best in their sporting discipline. Tune in to find out who will be the Athlete of the Month.
Will an athlete be you?
Today we're going to talk about vitamins for kids. Sometimes parents can be very skeptical or picky whether or not they give their kids vitamins, and then the question comes up, which one is good? So I'm going to help you be able to make that choice a little better. Vitamins are great for both kids and adults. The first thing you want to look for is the age range. So it's going to tell you right there on the vitamin the age of the kids that they recommend it for. You want to make sure you check that you're given the appropriate vitamins for the appropriate age range. Some of the benefits of letting your kids take vitamins are it's going to help to boost their immune system, especially when they go to daycare at school or so on. They're playing with a lot of other kids. Germs pass along easily. So taking a good multivitamin would help them to boost their immune system and help prevent them from getting sick. Another benefit is that it helps with their development, especially their brain development. Supplement with a vitamin, especially if they don't get enough of a balanced diet. You know, a lot of times kids don't like to eat their fruits and vegetables and so on. Having a good multivitamin can help balance out that so that they can grow and develop well. Now, some parents may be skeptical, thinking that kids are going to take these vitamins to get a bunch of energy and be running all about the place. Well, I have the solution for you. If they get a little too much energy, then all you got to do is get them a little melatonin for kids. It's going to help put them to bed. One little gummy, it's going to knock them right up. It's not a drug. It's perfectly safe. It's amino. You don't want to use it all the time, but on those nights kids really have trouble getting in the sleep rhythm, you can supplement with melatonin. It tastes good. They're going to think it's a treat, and it's going to put them right to bed. If you want to purchase any of these supplements, we have them here at the Fitness Connection. We're located in the Raven Mall and also in Nassau and Seagrapes and Blake Road. Come check us out.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and Vacation Club, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. Join satisfied Bahamians who left their banking frustrations behind. Open an account with GBCCU 352-4139.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Our Facebook friend of the day is Brandy Wheeler of Yonsei University, Seoul, South Korea. Brandy, we wish you all the best. We also want to say a happy birthday going out to our General Manager, Andrew Burrows. We hope you enjoyed your day. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Have a safe and wonderful evening. Be sure to stay tuned as the Bahamas Tonight continues.
In the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, cautious optimism as government eyes targeted deficit. The struggles of a shantytown dweller, a Royal Gold Award, and in sports, Stingers defend Hugh Campbell title with win. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
ZNS News is linked up by BTC. Whether it's chatting, gaming, content creating, or working smart to get things done, link up to stay connected with BTC.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. The lucrative Airbnb market here in the Bahamas to get a second look. Speaking to the issue today, Economic Affairs Minister, Senator the Honorable Michael Alquitas says they're seeking to ensure the sector pays up. Now, this is key if the government is looking to make good on its goal of shoring up revenue, even more when it closes out the current fiscal period.
We're also looking at ways where they can have those people who are in that sector have same access to some of the concessions that the other major properties have. Right now, we get the VAT on the fee that's paid to the Airbnb. What we want to be able to do is to actually get a tax on the room rate, and we're moving towards that.
Now, over 10,000 Airbnb properties are reportedly registered throughout the country. However, the minister says it's not just about taxing the small man.
When we talk about improved revenue administration and making sure that we collect what is due, not Alquitas collect what's due to government, us, right, the taxpayer, because the government has to pay for a lot of services. We talk about government revenue being up, but there are always increasing demands on government. For example, this topical areas, we have to build 2 new hospitals, one in Grand Bahama, one here in Nassau. Have to hire more nurses, doctors, and teachers, immigration officers, police, so that the claims on government are also always increasing. So when we talk about improved revenue administration, it's not hounding people, but it's just making sure that we all pay our fair share.
The Economic Affairs Minister also today sharing his optimism for the government not only meeting but exceeding its fiscal expectations in the second half of the 2022-2023 budget. The same to be said in the case of its projected 4.3% deficit.
Over the 12 months of our budget year, from July 1st to June 30th, the revenues and the expenditure are not equally distributed. So, for example, historically, we have collected most of our revenue in the first half, in the first half of the calendar year, the second half of the fiscal year, so that period between January and June. That is when the bulk of the revenue is collected. In this year, we've had some very, very heavy expenditure commitments that had to be spending that had to be done in October as well as December. Mainly related to our debt obligations. And so the point I'm wishing to make here is that this period that we're now in is the time when we will see the bulk of the revenue come in. We've also seen those heavy commitments taken care of, so the spending will not be as much, so we should see an even better budget performance during the second half of the year.
And should things continue on the projected path, the government expects the deficit will shrink to 0.9% in 2024 to a surplus of 1.9% the following year.
And the news is positive, and any sort of, you really should not look at it as simply dividing by 2 and saying, oh, I saw some report today say, well, the deficit is up. You know, that's timing related. We are fully confident that we will meet our projections because more revenue will come in the second half and we won't have all the heavy spending obligations.
In related news, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honourable Philip Davis, tabling a new public finance management bill in the House of Assembly Wednesday. The proposed laws to repeal the Fiscal Responsibility Act and the Public Finance Management Act.
The compendium of legislation, which comprise the Public Procurement Act and the Public Finance Management Act and the Public Debt Management Act and the Fiscal Responsibility Act, reflected a government on autopilot. None of these legislation reflects the situation which actually exists within the Bahamas, and their provisions severely hampered the legitimate operations of the government. This is yet again an example of the incompetence which preceded us. The required information systems were outdated or completely lacking. Thankfully, in the 17 months in which we have been in office, the reality has changed, and the Ministry of Finance is now well on its way to achieve full compliance.
The Prime Minister adds that technology has also improved in this regard.
The government has acquired and is now using a best-in-class procurement software. We are now able to provide the many reports that will be required under the new act that we'll be putting in the Public Procurement Act. The government has also acquired and will be implementing a best-in-class financial information system, replacing 2 legacy systems. For the first time, we're introducing true automation to our human resources systems. Madam Speaker, this is a significant achievement, and we are proud to have led the way in making government finances more transparent and accountable.
Meantime, improvements to consumer protection getting high marks from the PM, and particularly as the world continues to wrestle increasing inflation.
In the face of this era of unprecedented price uncertainty, we made the strong choice to invest in the infrastructure and resources applied to consumer protection. We've added more staff, we've upgraded the office accommodation of the price inspectorate and consumer protection staff, and more importantly, we have invested in technology. This means that for the first time, price inspectors will be able to do digital inspections, and merchants will be able to make digital requests for adjustment in prices. This will not only improve price transparency, but also result in lower costs for merchants by reducing the time between importation and approval to sell, a price-controlled product.
The Public Hospitals Authority and Grand Bahama Health Services are investigating what it says are the circumstances surrounding the remains of a juvenile male patient on the Rand Memorial Hospital's pediatric ward. That statement in response to a story aired on ZNS's Northern Edition with a mother who says her 7-year-old son's body was released to a Grand Bahama funeral home with parts of his skin appearing to peel a month after he died in hospital. Now, she claims the child's body was not left in that condition. Well, in response, the PHA released a vague statement noting that as part of the investigation process, the authority will communicate with the deceased's next of kin, adding that it, along with the administration and staff of the Rand Memorial Hospital, extend deepest sympathies to the child's family. While expressing the same was Health and Wellness Minister, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, who called on the public to pray for that family.
I'm aware of the report regarding the investigation concerning the child patient who passed away at the Rand Memorial Hospital. The child would have been received by a local funeral home on Grand Bahama, which has been contracted to provide morgue services in the interim of the renovation of the morgue at the Rand Memorial Hospital. I want to be clear. Preliminary investigations are paying specific attention to the actual transfer of the deceased child from the Rand to the funeral home. The Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Public Hospitals Authority abide by very clear and firm protocols regarding the handling of remains of loved ones. I expect a swift and thorough investigation regarding this case, and a report from the PHA will be forthcoming.
Well, from the police this evening, a man's out of a vehicle after being robbed Wednesday night. Police said the victim was in his car outside his Kennedy subdivision home around 9 p.m. when a gunman wearing dark clothing along with a black mask and black cap appeared and ordered him out the vehicle. Police said the suspect sped off in the pearl white Toyota Wish in a southern direction along Kennedy Subdivision Boulevard. Anyone with information on the matter should call into the Criminal Investigations Department, and that's at 502-9991-2 or 3. In other news, for the many unregulated Haitians living and working in the Bahamas, making it out of Haiti is a first step toward a better life, but that comes with added challenges. Our Lloyd Allen shares in this report one man's struggle to survive.
For many illegal migrants, places like this Haitian village here behind me has become home, despite the challenge and the plans of going to places like the United States. During the recent 44th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, stabilizing conditions across impoverished Haiti towering the agenda, with Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry apologizing to the Bahamas and region for illegal Haitian migrants fleeing their homeland and adding to existing immigration and economic challenges. Those words resonating clearly for the Bahamas, as just 10 days prior to CARICOM, an unregulated community located near Bellet Road went up in flames. And just yesterday, Minister of Works and Public Utilities, the Honorable Alfred Sears, promising to begin the process of tearing down shanty towns in the Bahamas. But for 28-year-old Marlon Brown, who resides in one of those communities, there is simply no place left to go.
And they talking about breaking down the village and this and that. I don't even know where I could go. I don't know what to do. But I born there, I supposed to have at least some rights over here.
Brown also adding that gang culture across Haiti remains mostly a Haitian-based issue. His real concern, though, lies in getting the proper documents to live and work with the same rights as other Bahamians, starting with a new approach to shantytown management.
They could put beds in the village, them, clean them up whatsoever. They could break down the house, them, and build them over whatsoever. And just don't have the house, them, close together where they could decide to call it a village whatsoever. But everything could be better. It's just that we all just got to come together as one, as black people.
On the question of a way forward for the many who find themselves in a similar predicament as Brown, having a Haitian and Bahamian parent, we spoke with Immigration Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell.
This is the case before the courts, and I think that it's going to, I don't think it's actually going to open a floodgate, because there are cases that we're dealing with of a similar nature. If an individual is born to a Bahamian father, in as much as the Bahamian man has signed for that child, and he is in possession of a birth certificate to show that, then tell him to make the application for citizenship of the Bahamas. What it does, it means now the cabinet, the board of it, immigration board, which is the cabinet, will review that case. And in many cases, it isn't so much so where you're born. That is just one component. We want to see your ties to the Bahamas.
Bell says sometimes providing this information is simply detailing one's Bahamian roots.
Many of them, if not most of them, they would have gone to Uriah McPhee Primary School, gone to C.I. Gibson, gone to R.M. Bailey, and they could show all of their records. Everything is there. So they could show an intimate connection. As a matter of fact, many of them have never been to Jamaica or Haiti. And so, in my view, why ought we not to grant them in our discretion citizenship?
In the meantime, Brown and others who find themselves with Haitian heritage but a Bahamian experience spent many days in the place they call home, hoping that one day the tides will turn in their favor. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, on that note, all those residing in shanty towns, illegals or otherwise, are again being advised to get their affairs in order and prepare to vacate. While no definitive timeline or deadline has been given, Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, says a warning to this end is sufficient.
Get your affairs in order. It means just that. Do what you need to do and take the necessary action. Because we're not going to announce when there will be the legal people who will go in, the law enforcement agencies who will go in and of course do their checks. So we encourage people to just do what you have to do. Get your house in order. Settle your affairs. We're not going to put a deadline because we believe it's past due. It should have happened already. And we want people not to sit back and say, oh, I have 2 more weeks. By giving you a deadline. Oh, I have another week. No, the clarion call came from Prime Minister to do what you need to do. And that's where we're going to leave it at because action will be swift and it will be deliberate.
Watson stresses that the government is very serious in addressing the country's illegal migration woes.
So we're quite aware of the urgency of this, the necessity of this, and the importance of this to the Bahamian people. And that means the Davis administration cannot slack up on taking action. In fact, before Prime Minister even spoke about it, things have already been in motion, and things were already happening before it was even announced. So the administration is not slow to moving on this. This is very serious business for the administration.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
From the youngest among us to the oldest gems, heart disease has touched many lives. And while cardiologists are doing their best to ensure these victims remain alive, nonprofit organizations are also doing their part, drumming up funding to secure the best treatment possible. Join me, LaDon Davis, this month every Friday for Chambers of the Heart.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Our lives are full of action. Hey, babe.
From the studio to the video to back home.
All while balancing family life.
BTC Fiber Internet is our solution.
BTC is best for us. Hello?
With fiber, we save more on fast, reliable internet. And we can prove it.
Go to BTC's website and compare for yourself.
Select your current product, price, and location.
You'll see how much you can save with BTC.
Link up with better value.
Link up with BTC.
Since they were on sale, Monique couldn't resist things she didn't need. And neither did Bruno. Hungry for deals? You better come and satisfy that hunger with a great pick meal for only $20 at KFC before doing something crazy. Get 8 pieces of juicy, fresh, in-store prepared KFC fried chicken and 4 buttery biscuits, all for only $20. A finger-licking good deal.
It's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR...
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Atlantic. Good like that. I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
You can find it all at Builders Mall. From cement, lumber, block, plumbing, and electrical, to paint, lights, vanities, and tiles. Not to mention all the tools you could possibly need to get the job done. Say if you're starting a major project, adding the finishing touches, or just doing some repair or rental work around the house. FYP, the Paint Center, and Tile King can help. Stop by or call 601-8453. Located 69 Wolf Road, Nassau. You can find it all at Builders Mall. Building, painting, and tiling, the Bahamas.
Few countries can say they got a visit from royals twice in less than a year, but the Bahamas certainly can. And tonight, their Royal Highnesses are meeting, greeting, and awarding quite a number of the country's youth. Our Altavis Munnings is standing by with the details. Good evening, Altavis.
Good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. The royals are here. Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, and his wife, Sophie, Her Royal Highness, the Countess of Wessex, are here to assist Governor General, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Cornelius Smith, present the latest members of the Governor General's Youth Awards with gold, silver, and bronze trophies. Now, just to give you a bit of history on this awards, the GGYA was reestablished here in the Bahamas in 1987. It was initially known as the Bahamas Duke of Edinburgh Award and was renamed the Governor General's Youth Awards in 1996. More than 30,000 young Bahamians have engaged in community service, physical recreation, and adventurous journeys to receive these awards. Now, Prince Edward is here representing his father, His Royal Highness the late Prince Philip, who founded the original Duke of Edinburgh International Awards more than 40 years ago. And to date, 125 countries are participating in this program. We'll introduce you to the latest recipients of the Governor General's Youth Awards in tomorrow's newscast. Reporting from Super Club's Breezes for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings. Back to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Altavis. And speaking of youth, students applying for scholarships are still having challenges completing the documents online. But Chair of the National Advisory Committee, Robin Lyons, is hopeful the Ministry of Education's upcoming information sessions here in New Providence and Grand Bahama on March 4th will help clarify any concerns students may have about the application process. The scholarships range from $2,000 up to $35,000. And adult learners can also apply.
An application that is improper could mean the difference between you getting an acceptance and an outright denial. So we wanted to focus some attention on ensuring that the application is user-friendly. We've changed the entire system, the entire portal, and I think students are going to find it a lot more accessible.
Also talked about how scholarships go a long way in providing a quality education for Bahamian students.
It's part of the concept that Sir Lyndon had of Bahamianization. When we became an independent country, one of the key pillars was education. How do we create a model in this country where Bahamians can actually own, where Bahamians can actually be the kind of masters of their own destiny? Education is key for that. How do we ensure that we're not importing human resources? How do we ensure that we are spreading our children among universities and in areas that actually serve the country?
Meantime, 15 students from inner-city communities selected through Urban Renewal are now enrolled in a 4-month ratings course at the LJM Maritime Academy. It's one Minister of State for Social Services and Urban Development, the Honorable Lisa Ramming, says will enable the youngsters to gain certification and employment in the maritime sector. The students were among a larger group assisting at this year's Bahamas Charter Yacht Show. Ramming touted the government for its commitment to providing education and opportunities for inner-city residents.
I would only say that it's being resurrected under the New Day government. I think it was about in 2016 when the Honorable Philip Brave Davis was the Deputy Prime Minister, and he was the minister responsible for the Ministry of Works and Urban Renewal. This is one of the programs that was laid back then. At that time, they had about 51 students. And so we're excited, and also Cynthia Mother Pratt was a part of that program. So I feel good to know that it's being revitalized and resurrected.
I was happy to be given the opportunity to gain knowledge for something I had interest in for a very long time. So it is a passion of mine, and I say I'm very grateful.
President of LJM Maritime Academy, Brenda McClure, says 50 of the school's cadets and rating students are participating at the boat show, serving as gophers, giving them valuable exposure. For various reasons, all the students who entered the ratings program could not continue. But Claire is pleased with those who have persevered. Rating student Mikhail Roberts says he appreciates the opportunity.
I'm excited about those students. Those students have shown passion, they've shown endurance. And what we are finding with those students, they're so excited about the area that they would like to proceed to the next level, which is the cadets level. And I've promised them if they do very well in the ratings program, there's an opportunity for them to pursue further studies in the cadet program. And that's a 3-year program.
This program has been a wonderful experience for me, an opportunity that I'll cherish for the rest of my life. And being able to get into the maritime field, I'm thankful for what the government has been able to do to me, and I'm looking forward to contributing to my community so that they can have the same experiences that I had.
Well, now time for the weekly poll question, and this week we're asking, do you believe Bahamians are xenophobic? Yes or no? To participate, simply log on to our website, www.znsbahamas.com, as well as any of our social media platforms to answer. The poll's final results will be aired on Friday, and as always, thanks for participating. The Bahamas Tonight returns after this.
The students and staff of Yellow Elder Primary School welcome Minister Glenys Hannah Martin and State Minister Zane Lightburn with a special assembly under the theme, A Message of Love.
We consider this school an important institution in the advancement of education in this country. We also wanted every child within the sound of my voice and all of our voices to know that you have a future. It's your dream, not someone else's dream. Your dream belongs to you. That is your personal possession. And I want you to hold that dream tight. I want you to nurture that dream.
State Minister Zane Lightburn encouraged students to be excellent in their work by practicing every day.
And if you want to be perfect at what you do, you have to practice every day, just like that dance troupe. You have to practice every day, like the 6th graders who are now in their last year and going to go to high school. We're going to take those exams and be excellent. Those results will reflect every day that you practice, practice, practice.
Principal Tamika Adderley applauded the school's academic success.
Yellow Elder, as our motto says, is committed to excellence. And I know we will continue to soar.
For Ed Talk, I'm Jonalee McIntosh.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
FAFSA are hosting a 3-day workshop here at the National Training Agency to explore the importance of food safety here in country. And according to Chairperson Dr. Patty Simonet, the findings could be life-changing.
This tool basically will strengthen our food systems and bring the agencies within the agricultural, health, and food sector together to help and ensure that we maintain safe foods, wholesome foods, and we help with the facilitation of trade and also help to empower and strengthen agricultural growth in the country.
The 3-day seminar was well attended by those in the sector who hope to have the findings of their studies put into a preliminary strategic plan in the coming weeks, with the hope of presenting to the government before summer.
It looked at how this workshop was, how we as a country can have more food security, have more safe food, how we can provide opportunities to Bahamian food producers and farmers so we can get their food, their products into the international market, but even expand the national market. We have an international market right here in the Bahamas. We have hotels, we have visitors throughout the archipelago.
Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, Clay Sweeting, stopping by to show his support to the entire BAFSA and FAO team as they chart forward towards safer foods.
Over the past years, we haven't had a definitive plan of how we want to become food sustainable in this country, which includes wellness, food safety. So we're excited about this, and this plan will help to transcend governments, transcend administrations, transcend me as a minister, to ensure that persons that come after us are able to use this blueprint, this roadmap, to help us to become food sustainable.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
Good enough to eat, that is good to grow.
At Solomon's, we're all about family. We believe in quality brands and giving you what you need and more for every occasion. Our store is filled with items for the entire family, celebrating everyday living for you and those you love. Shopping is now more rewarding than ever with My Solomon's Smart Rewards. Shop Solomon's because family matters.
Worried about losing your furniture to costly termite damage? You need Rentokil's Initials Drop-and-Go Furniture Fumigation, the only service like it in the Bahamas. Simply drop your furniture at a fumigation container located at 5th Terrace, Centerville, and collect your termite-free piece within days. Sealed with our termite-free guarantee. Fast, convenient, affordable. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals, and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Two new appointments in the office of the Prime Minister. Both individuals no strangers to the media circuit, having worked years in the local industry. Former anchor here at the Broadcasting Corporation, Keishla Adderley, will now serve as Deputy Press Secretary. Our news journalist, Gillian Gray, is now the Chief Press Officer. It's reminded to wear their pride on their sleeves tomorrow, February 24th, or 242 Day, as the country counts down to 50 years as an independent nation.
February 24th, so if you don't understand, the 242 is the second month, the 24th day, 242. It's designed to bring the country alive with our national colors and culture on full display. As we continue our road to independence celebrations, we are calling on Bahamians to celebrate this Friday by wearing your Bahamian colors: aquamarine, gold, and black, which I'm sure we all know already. Listening to Bahamian music, reading a book by a Bahamian author, or engaging in conversations about why you're proud to be Bahamian. We encourage you to do that.
Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us, there's more after the break.
Global Learning Exchange can help make your education dreams a reality. Enroll now and your first course is complimentary. Sign up for a free information session today to learn more.
That work? Can you see me?
Yeah, it's working. This is super cool. Are you gonna help me clean up your toys?
Delivery.
Be right there.
Hello?
Am I gonna get it or are you gonna get it? I'll get it. I'll get it. Hey, thank you. Come on.
Hey, can I help you? Hey!
No, sorry, I'm not home. I'm coming.
Link up with BTC and call it one and done. Link up with BTC and call it one and done.
We're in the midst of our fiberization process, and what this means in a nutshell for you is a vast improvement to your mobile, residential, and home services from BTC. We thought we'd hit the ground with our technical teams, come into a community like Stapleton Gardens for a look at what life with fiber will look like for you.
What we're doing is bringing you from a legacy platform to a more up-to-date platform, which includes getting in and doing and coming into your homes to do that connection. But again, once this is done, we're now moving us to a lightning-fast technology based on cutting-edge technology. Think about a highway. Multiple cars running on a different highway, brand new highway with unlimited speed. The customer now can experience anything they want, faster, more reliable, more robust compared to the legacy system that we had before. We would need access, one. We would need to make sure that someone is home and responsible. And we will do our preliminary works ensuring that the infrastructure that we can get from the road or the pole to your house. Abaco is ready, presently has fiber. We have Grand Bahama, we have Exuma, Bimini as well. That's part of the initial rollout from previous years. Now that we have places when we had the pandemic or places where things were constrained before, we're in a position to now be anywhere at any time. So I like the fact that we should embrace this. Okay. Right now, the team is aggressively trying to make sure that we have the three areas, which is Millennium Gardens, Stapleton Gardens, and parts of Yellow Elder completed within record time.
So if you haven't seen us yet, we'll be coming to a community near you real soon. Fiber is the new way of living. So remember, these are still the moments that move us. I'm Corvell Pyfrom. Be well and be back here. Next, BTC Connection.
Call it one and done. Keep it.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
A 49-year-old Abaco man is behind bars after being charged with having unlawful sexual intercourse with an adolescent. Ivan Curry of Central Pines was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections on Wednesday after appearing in the magistrate's court in Abaco. Police suspect it was shortly before 8 a.m. on February 12th that Curry engaged in unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl. The accused was not required to enter a plea to the charge. He's due back in court on May 26 for service of a voluntary bill of indictment. Well, now time for a check on Family Island weather. And of course, for that, we turn to Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Makisha. We have just a few clouds floating around. Temperature at 79 degrees. Relative humidity 66%. The winds out of the east-southeast at 9 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,024.5 millibars is 30.25 inches, and the pressure is steady. Temperatures around the family violence this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 77 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Green Key in Abaco. Marshall, Abaco at 78 degrees. The Berry Islands, 79. Alice Island, Bimini, also 79 degrees. 79 again in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 78 degrees. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, St. Andros, and Fresh Creek and Central Andros, all at 80 degrees. Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador, and Rumkey reporting 78, 79 in Georgetown, Exuma, 79 in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Meguana, 78, Ackland, 78, Matchetown, Inagua, 79, and Turks and Caicos Islands at 78 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tower King, and the Paint Center. In the northwest and central islands tonight, those winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights around 2 to 4 feet. High tide, that will occur at 10:32 tonight for the central and southeast Bahamas, pardon me. Easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots. Choppy seas there at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean, so we have a caution flag in place for you boaters in the southeast Bahamas. Now, on Friday through Saturday, easterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, and that's for the northwestern parts of our country. Wave heights at 2 to 4 feet. High tide Friday and Saturday will take place at 10:49 in the morning with the low tide at 5:05 in the afternoon. Now for the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, easterly winds once again at 15 to 20 knots, maintaining those caution flags with the wave heights at 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
You get swing, you got no ting. You're gonna fall in love with this week's specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Country Barn Cornflakes, 18-ounce, $2.39. Distinction Evaporated Milk, 14-ounce, $1.29. Sunny Delight Smooth or Tangy Drinks, 64-ounce, 2 for $5. Panamie Raw Shrimp, 41.50, 12-ounce, $5.99. Boneless Chicken Breast, $2.79 per pound. Donate your change to help feed the Humane Society animals at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
From College Bahamas with love. For the entire month of February, let the home enhancement continue with 15% off all in-stock cabinetry, white shaker, Swiss chocolate, Ovaltine brown, and Hello Milo. Whether you're upgrading or modernizing, visit our showroom at Sandy Port Cable Beach and choose your quality cabinetry at 15% off. College Bahamas, 4 locations, Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
Wednesdays
Wednesdays just got a whole lot better. Introducing Whopper Wednesdays at Burger King Nassau. Get a flame-grilled Whopper for only $5.50, including VAT. Yes, you heard that right. This Wednesday, you can indulge in the classic flame-grilled Whopper you love, made your way for only $5.50. Stop by your favorite Burger King Nassau location this Wednesday and enjoy a Whopper for only $5.50. Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
24 teams, 4 pools, 1 championship trophy. Will the C.I. Gibson Rattlers reign supreme, or will the Charles W. Saunders Crusaders get in their way, or will Sunland Baptist defend their crown, or maybe will a Family Island team pull an upset? Tune in to ZNSO Sports for all the highlights of the 2023 Hugh Campbell Basketball Classic, February 20th through the 27th. Don't miss it on the only station that matters.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Family Island teams began hooping it up Wednesday, day 3 of the 39th Hugh Campbell Basketball Tournament. Gateway Bimini in the purple taking on Grand Bahamas Bishop Michael Elden Warriors, proving they came here to play with the big boys. Warriors hoping things bounce their way just like this throughout their run here. BMES, the more experienced team, applying that pressure early, and just like that, the Warriors up on their brothers from the north. A pep talk from Coach Gilbert Rood to shake things up. And that talk seemed to have worked, because it's time now for the Eagles to saw what ham jam here. And Stewart not letting up at all, lurking on the steal, and casually puts this one down for 2 of his game high 18 in the 49-31 blowout.
We started out very slow. We came in today, went to the hotel check-in, so guys a little lazy, tired. But the second half, we were able to put on a few press and we were able to dig. But BMES, they had us scared at the beginning, but we were able to fight through by playing tough defense at the end. We have high expectation for our team. Like I say, a tournament time, anything could happen. We take 1 quarter at a time. I believe that if we continue to play Eagles basketball, which is tough defense, don't turn over the ball, we'll be able to contend with anybody. And so I didn't come here just to come. I come here to win.
The first Grand Bahama New Providence matchup of the tournament, St. George's facing Temple Christian. It was a hot day on the outside, the sun hot inside from 3. Nifty passing by the Jags. They have hoisted the Hugh Campbell Championship trophy before and wants another one. Jags now purring and starting to run away with this one. St. George's using their size and quickness to pull this one off, 50-34.
It was kind of a scrappy game, but kind of expected whenever you travel. That's been on experience. Whenever you travel, you can have that first game jitters. We got a young team. We're still learning how to play basketball.
The defending champs, Sunland Stingers, could not wait to get back on the floor. The last champions before the pandemic stopped play the last 2 years. Louis McDonald, Bimini, however, with an upset on their mind. And talking about size advantage, Sunland having their way on the glass against Bimini. Sunland using their size and Louis McDonald using their quickness to score buckets. Sunland showing that they are the more experienced team. However, when the pressure's on, they respond. Stingers just too much for Abaco, winning 52-35.
I was not too pleased, to be honest, with our overall performance. Coming off a loss in a regular season championship, I expected my guys to play with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more energy. Got up to a very slow start. And we had traveling challenges, but we was able to get in, but wasn't too pleased, especially on the defensive end. We was able to knock down shots on the offensive end. Our brand of basketball is quick, fast-paced transition. We did not execute on that offensive end, but we'll be back. It's a lot of pressure, a lot of bullseye on our back, but these guys are prepared for it, you know. This is a brand new team. When in 2020, we had one player that's currently on the team that played on that team, and at the time he was a 9th grader. And so these guys understand the expectations. We've drilled in their heads that you are the defending champions. We have a lot to prove. Tonight was supposed to be a statement game. We did not necessarily play the way we wanted to. But moving forward, we'll regroup and go back to the drawing board and be ready for the next game.
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, still feeling the edge to coach. He's been here before with CC St. Andrews and AF Arley. Wildcats of Jack Hayward in their first game against the Falcons of Prince Will. And the Wildcats, one of those teams that have won it all before and lighting up the nets. However, Prince Will has been a whole different team since losing in the BAISS finals to Charles W. Sanders, winning 54-42.
It's a nice game. I guess that's the second game that really put us to the test. And our boys came out to play and we advanced a little further. We added a few players from the juniors to step up so we could really go a bit deeper than we normally do. So now the chemistry is really kicking in, being our second game, and hopefully it worked for us.
And in the last game of the night, it was the GSSA champs, C.I. Gibson Rattlers, bouncing with the 8 Rock Blue Jays. And this one was getting out of hand from the get-go. Blue Jays trying to make this one a bit respectable. But down the stretch, CI, the better team, clipped the Blue Jays' wings 57-30.
We wanted to come out and establish the defensive end of the ball. And we did that. As you see, 8 Rock is a very pesky team. They get up and down like us. They never gave up. But we forced a lot of turnovers, and we were able to outlet the ball and score some easy basket. It's a new day. Everybody revamp, come with a different game plan, so we have to come with a different game plan also in terms of strategy, what we need to use to continue to get better as the tournament goes on. We wanted to come out and get the first win. We did that. We're going to go to practice tomorrow and continue to get better. I think our proper rotation need to be ironed out a little bit and keep moving our feet like we should. Once we do that, we give ourselves a chance. Defense wins championships. So hopefully we continue to do that, and hopefully we'll be successful.
And tonight, the University of Bahamas mingles with a great showing over the weekend at the St. Thomas University season opener. The University of Bahamas men's 4x4 team of Dennis Williamson, Tonya Roberts, Jackson Ozias, and Levine Joseph won the event in a time of 3 minutes 53. The Lynn University Knights placed second. Briannick Strawn, she had a great international season opener with 2 second-place finishes. She took second in the women's 112.25 seconds and the 200-meter event in 25.57. Besides leading off the winning relay team, Williamson also finished second in the men's 400 meters in 49.69. Tonya Roberts finished fourth in 51.17. Joseph, who also anchored the winning relay team, finished third in the men's 800 in a minute 58.07. Head coach Edna Rule said he was excited for the team's performance.
This is a new team. Like I said, I have about 8 to 9 new freshmen for this year. So this is their first time really getting this collegiate experience internationally. So to come out here and get personal best, season best times, winning the events 4x4, second in the 100 meters, second in the 400 meters, second in the high jump. It's a good feeling. They're young, so I can build off this. They have another 3 years of eligibility. With us being able to transition into NAIA, I think the future is bright for the University of Bahamas athletics department.
I feel like I did well. Even though I PI in the 200, I felt like I could do better. But overall, the experience was good.
56 first lap. It's okay. I'm hitting the mark. I wasn't feeling too well this week, but came out, executed, did the best I could. And I came out with a 3rd place overall. I think I got a 49 split. It was fun. You know, the relay is always exciting, and honestly, I can do a relay any day.
And that's it for Sports Thursday. I'm Charles Fisher. Thanks for watching. See you at the Kendall Isaacs Gym.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy. Or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal? At the check-in counter? At security checkpoints? Or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports in 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
What did you mean earlier about climate change, Mom?
Well, when I was your age, I remember beautiful coral reefs and healthy beaches. The summers weren't as hot as they are right now, and the rainy season meant that it only rained when it was supposed to.
And then what happened?
The weather just started to change, and storms got worse. Coral reefs started to die because the ocean was getting too warm, and crops started to die because there was not much rain. You know, we realized as adults that we were doing something that was causing this.
What were you all doing?
Same thing we're doing now. Not using clean, renewable energy, chopping down too many trees, and even polluting the air with gases, such as the gases emitted from our cars when we drive around.
We need some help before it's too late, Mom. We can't let it get worse. What can I do? We can raise our voices.
With 35 million dreams, aspirations, and futures at risk in Cari Forum, we need your voice in our story against climate change. Acknowledge, commit, act. This message is brought to you by the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center under the Intra-ACP Global Climate Change Alliance Plus program and is funded by the European Union.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protecting life and health with our training throughout the year. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, that high pressure area will remain across the Bahamas, influence our weather for the next few days. But there is a front boundary approaching northern Florida, and that's going to slowly drift towards the south and east. And over the weekend, it might slip through the northwest Bahamas without much fanfare. And that would see temperatures dropping just a few degrees during the nighttime. Tonight, though, we're looking at partly cloudy, low temperature around 70 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be another beautiful day, mostly sunny and quite nice, with your high temperature getting up to 82 degrees. The extended weather forecast for the next several days, those clouds will float around into Saturday, and that will be in the vicinity of that weak front system as it tries to push its way through the southeast Bahamas. We will see those temperatures slip into the mid-60s as of Saturday, and that will carry right into Monday before a slight warming trend begins on Tuesday. But lots of sunshine during the daytime. Beautiful weather for the next 7 days. Kishna.
Well, thanks, Basil. That does it for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.